What's the connection between the paras, fast jets, airdrops into war zones, and these fine Welsh men and women with their sewing machines? At this factory in South Wales, grannies, uncles, mothers and brothers make parachutes for right across defence. Generations of families have worked here for over 100 years, and the most surprising thing is how low-tech it all is.
So this is our factory floor. This is where we make all our parachutes.
This is Chantel, an engineer at the factory and, not surprisingly, an avid skydiver.
So a good place to start is probably with our laser cutter. All our materials come in on big rolls. We predominantly use different types of nylons. These sit here in the material feeder. They get fed through the machines.
The laser cutter is about as automated as it all gets. The rest of the factory floor is crammed with over 100 sewing machines operated by people like Margaret.
No, it's not really boring. I don't mind the job at all, you know. It's an important job. We know somebody's going to be jumping out of a plane with this attached, and yeah, their life's in our hands, really.
I do the basting. I make gauze with using a hot knife and a poker, which seals them together, and then I send them up to the line, which gets made into a parachute, and it slows down the ejector seat. It's people's lives, isn't it?
There's nothing at the moment to get you away from sewing the parachutes. There's no process that has the integrity and the strength that sewing does. Even though we look at alternatives, you know, for manufacturing, but at the moment there is nothing. There is technology coming in that can check materials for you, it can check for inconsistencies in material, but at the moment we don't rely on it 100%. We can use it as aids, but you still need that human interaction at the moment.
Quality control is critical. These parachutes could be a soldier, sailor or airman's last hope, and so they are checked and rechecked at every single stage. Light boxes are used to examine every inch of the material meticulously for flaws.
This is one canopy, two canopy, three canopy, and we set them all up in the correct sequence ready for the cross seamers to sew.
So this is where we assemble the rigging lines. So we've got one of our canopies laid out here. This is one of our ejection seat canopies. The reason behind the different colours is you never really know when you're going to need the canopy. So you don't really know where you're going to be when you're having to eject. So if you are landing in the snow, for example, and you need to hide, you want your white canopy and you want your white canopy over you. If you're landing in the desert, you'd use your sand. So you turn the canopy over to the side that you want, and you fold the canopy so that everything else is tucked underneath it. So if I wanted the green visible, I'd pull this section so that you're hiding any of the other colours, and you can hide underneath it too if you need to.
We've had pilots that have ejected with Martin Baker seats that have come and visited the site and met the people who've made the parachute that saved them, you know, so that means a lot to the people working here, so they understand what they're doing as well, and it gives those people some appreciation of what's gone into it.
They've been here over 100 years. They churn out around 4,000 parachutes annually, and they claim to have saved around 30,000 lives. The future may seem high-tech and robotic, but here in South Wales, nothing can yet replace the keen eyes of the likes of Margaret and Helen. Hannah King, Forces News in Bridgend in Wales. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.